Welcome back to Las Vegas. While we were away, Pedro Gonzalez and Jason Thomas captured the final 250 gates, finishing 1-2 in the LCQ. The 125 East-West shootout. The 125s are on the track right now. This is truly a headliner tonight. The matchup between East and West regions started out a Houston-Dallas affair. In 1996, we had as many as 4 shootouts, with Kevin Windham winning 3 of the 4. But beginning last year, the idea of separating the shootout from the regular season title runs meant big purse money and a climactic end to a great season. As we take a look at the Suzuki point standings, you see Carmichael dominating the 125 East, with Raynard, Sellards, Lytle, and Bentley in the top 5. It was a little different over in the West, big time different. John Dowd had to really work hard in winning that last race of the year in the 125 West to beat Villeman. Roncada a strong third, Ramsey and Pingree in the top 5. So we're getting set now for an interesting situation, David Bailey, as it's a classic veteran versus a teenager.
That's right, the 32-year-old versus the 18-year-old. There's Carmichael. He's the young one. And less experienced, but definitely more aggressive. He's been the, I think everyone's probably betting on Carmichael to win this matchup, but don't count out John Dowd or Roncada, who beat John Dowd in the heat race. Those two are going to possibly step up the pace, perhaps pressure Carmichael, and I think under pressure he can still make the mistakes we saw him make last year.
John Dowd, always a sentimental favorite after his very first title anywhere in the pro ranks, winning the 125 West. Both riders are excited about this shootout and talked about their seasons.
I think, no, it hasn't worn off yet. No, not at all. I mean, I'm still kind of, every once in a while, that kind of pops in my mind, you know, that I actually, you know, won that thing last week, and it's just, I'm still pretty excited about it. I'm just, every time I think about it like that, I just kind of get a little smile on my face.
He's got a lot of experience on me. He's been in it longer than I have. He's older, so I got to try to, I don't know, put my 1.5 years of experience into his, you know, 10 years of experience. So it's going to be tough, but I think we're both, you know, focused on outdoors. That's a bigger race for us, you know. We both won the championship, so, you know, we're just here for fun.
As we take a look at the starting grid for the 125 shootout now, Roncada, Carmichael, Dowd, we've mentioned those before, but Brock Sellards, Casey Johnson, Robbie Skaggs, Ryan Huffman, Casey Lytle, Sean Parolio, all kinds of guys in there battling it out as we get set for the start of this exciting frame.
You know, I think Carmichael, even though he's already wrapped up the East title, if he wins here tonight, it will be a perfect season. I don't think that's ever been done.
It's never been done before. A regular season has never been accomplished before either, Marty Reed.
You know, when you have a heavyweight prize fight, you have a tendency to want to watch the competitors before the start of the bout, see what their mannerisms are. What a contrast. Roncada and Dowd, the two older riders, were the more nervous, constantly moving back and forth, tamping the dirt. They have still been moving, but yet Ricky Carmichael, the 18-year-old, he just sat there stoically watching the last chance race, arms folded, helmet on, straight out, focused, and getting ready to do business. We're ready to go racing, guys.
The
Round
excitement
one.
mounts now as the board is sideways. Who will it be? The bragging rights for the 125 season. Ryan Huffman, number 28, gets across the hole shot line the first, and he takes the lead out of the first turn. Skaggs, number 45.
Well, of the favorites we pointed out, Dowd, Roncada, and Carmichael. Dowd has got the best start, sitting in 4th right now.
Skaggs has to look out for that second spot, because here comes Casey Lytle into the inside. Casey Lytle and the Whoops having his problems. Oh, and they box out.
Here comes Dowd on the outside. Not much room, but he knows he's got to get into the lead.
Dowd and Carmichael right there together, really. Carmichael looking at Skaggs as Dowd passes Skaggs. Dowd has to put the brakes on.
This is where you got to really keep your cool. You can end the race right here in this first lap, making it pass too quick. Got to be patient. Dowd has done what he needed to do. He got off to the best start of his toughest competitors, I have to think. What an exciting time for Ryan Huffman and Lytle right now to be leading this thing.
Ryan Huffman, the king of the hole shooters in the West. He had 3 hole shots during the Western action. Lytle also had a good season. Had a quiet fourth-place finish in the 125 East. A podium at Indianapolis, the opener. He won at Tampa. A whole shot in a second at Pontiac. Look at this. The bar-to-bar banging action. Dowdy with the number 1 on the blue bike.
Well, I don't know what he's done lately, but he has really stepped up. I mean, he's just doing stuff that is really expect to see McGrath do. And Dowd always seemed like the guy that held back a little bit. He was kind of like a little bit too nice out there. He even said kind of like a lot of times instead of just being real confident in his pre-race speeches and stuff. But right now, he is aggressive.
Already a 3-second lead for Dowd. Carmichael gets by the block. Carmichael moves into second place. Just went by Huffman and Rydell almost in the same move.
Well, he saw Dowd step it up, and he has answered. Now when Dowd turns around and expects to see a couple guys between himself and Carmichael, he's going to see that number 1 chasing his.
Not exceptionally fast laps, but look out because Carmichael's going to put the pressure on. John Dowd out in front, became the oldest rider to win a 125 title, beating out Velleman in the 125 Western race. And the week before, he also became the oldest rider to win a 250 main event.
These guys are nervous now. A couple guys going down in the back.
Yes, Lytle is one of them, along with Casey Johnson. As we take a look at the leader, though, on our frame, and that's John Dowd with the 1W. Carmichael is 3 seconds behind with the 1E.
You know, I gotta wonder if John Dowd maybe chatted a little bit with Kevin Windham, who had the same situation where he was in a battle last year with Carmichael and won that battle just by keeping the pressure on. Carmichael went down several times, and he may have been able to lend a couple of words of encouragement to Dowd before this race. And here's what I did. See if it works for you.
Dowdy, tough and strong, a good finisher against the very speedy and oftentimes on the edge, Ricky Carmichael.
Looking nice through there, putting that bike exactly where he wants it, using that front wheel for balance. You turn that front wheel in the air, and it's like a gyroscopic motion. You can lean the bike over and position yourself to make the corner a little quicker.
What's going to happen? Dowd is in the lead. Carmichael in second. The 125 shootout. Well, the checkers are just around the corner, and we'll be right back. This is what we've been looking for in the 125 shootout from Las Vegas. John Dowd zipping the whoops. Carmichael having a little more trouble at the tail end of those whoops, David.
Yes, he was, and